Many football players maintain a healthy diet, but Messi's eating habits almost led to his downfall. When he first arrived in Barcelona in 2003, despite being a professional player, he indulged in junk food like any other 18-year-old. Pizza, candy, cookies, you name it, Messi couldn't resist. Over the years, his diet deteriorated even further. Rumor had it that he would refuse to eat fruits, vegetables, or salads, and instead opted for fast food and his beloved Coca-Cola. Despite his unhealthy eating habits, Messi continued to excel on the field. It wasn't until he fell ill during a game that he realized the severity of his situation. Seeking help from a doctor, Messi acknowledged the detrimental effects of his diet on his health and career. With the support of his fans, manager, and a nutritionist, Messi made a commitment to change his ways. Since then, he has not only regained his health, but has also elevated his performance on the field. Messi's transformation serves as an inspiration to many, including myself. So, back in 2016, Max was going through a tough time. He was playing for Wolfsburg and having a terrible season. And let me tell you, his coach was furious. Not only was Max performing poorly on the field, but his personal life was also a mess. He got caught gambling and even stole someone's phone who took a picture of him. The coach had had enough and gave Max one last chance to turn things around. You would think Max would take it easy, right? Well, when Max showed up to practice, it seemed like he wanted to get kicked off the team. You see, a few months earlier, during training camp, everyone was worried about Max's diet. Not only was he eating unhealthy, but he had a strange obsession with Nutella. He couldn't have a single meal without it. And let me tell you, every time Max showed up, he had Nutella all over the place. His teammates had to talk to him about it because it was becoming a problem. They had all made a promise to stay away from junk food and weird chocolate addictions to become the best players they could be. But Max just couldn't give up Nutella, even though he knew it was affecting his performance. So, when Max showed up to practice, smearing Nutella all over his breakfast, that was the last straw. The coach saw how serious the addiction was and decided to let Max go. Not only did Wolfsburg kick him out of the team, but they also fined him $28,000. I know it may seem like a silly addiction, but let me tell you, Sergio Ramos's diet story will truly inspire you. It all started back in 2003. And back then, Ramos entered professional football as a timid and slender 17-year-old boy. No one, not even himself, expected him to achieve greatness anytime soon. So, despite believing he couldn't live without indulging in late-night McDoubles, he made the sacrifice to double down on his progress. For the next 15 years, his sole focus was to continuously improve year after year. As a result, he completely transformed his physique, going from being skinny-kneed to becoming one of the most muscular and legendary athletes ever. This incredible transformation was all thanks to a secret formula. You see, during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Sergio experienced his biggest breakthrough. Everyone wondered how he went from one state to another. But let me tell you, he did it legitimately. It all came down to Ramos getting off his lazy behind and personally going grocery shopping. By putting in extra hours and hard labor, he ensured he bought the right food to turn himself into a freak of nature. Once he discovered the perfect meals that worked for him, it was game over for anyone who faced him on the field. Ramos committed himself to a breakfast fit for champions. 4 times a week, he prepares a cup of black coffee, followed by whole grain bread with turkey breast, eggs, and fruit. But hey, we're talking about Sergio Ramos here. This man is truly a machine. 3 times a week, he pushes through his most challenging workouts without consuming a single bite. However, he's not completely insane. Like most people, after a hard day's work, he likes to treat himself a little. That's when he enjoys his favorite indulgence, a strawberry protein shake. As for lunch and dinner, he puts together a salad, fish, and steak. But let me be honest with you, my friend. Even Ramos can't resist his guilty pleasure. Most people are unaware, but Ramos has a hidden secret. One thing he keeps in his closet is his love for long and dark treats. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. And once every 2 weeks, Ramos simply can't resist giving in to his cravings. He takes out his phone and dials the number of the only person who can deliver. And that's when it arrives, his chocolate churro. Wait, were you expecting something else? What's wrong with you, buddy? You need to get out of the house more often. You know, I think you should take Ramos's advice. And maybe I'll even make a video about you becoming a football champion. I have no problem making you famous. On the other hand, what Masahiko and Noah eat is so strange that I almost didn't include them in the video. But for you, yes, you, the person listening to my voice right now, about to click the subscribe button. This next story is for you, my friend. You see, back in 2006, Masahiko made his debut in football's prison. And while playing in Japan, this man was determined to become one of the greatest players ever. But sometimes, your goals have to be a bit more realistic. You see, Masahiko hopped around from team to team more than Kendall Jenner. And I won't lie to you, my friend, this guy was terrible. And his poor performance on the field probably had a lot to do with his diet. Most professional athletes would try to excel in their careers, you know. But Masahiko, well, since he wasn't contributing to winning games, he decided to find another way to go viral. And that's when he decided to try and be just like me. Yeah, things got a little crazy at mealtime. But seriously, Masahiko took his diet to a whole new level, where he had to eat entire containers of ice cream, not once, not twice, but 3 times a day. Just think about that for a moment. This guy really believed that dessert would make him a better player. I don't know if he was going for a world record or something, but he tried every single flavor in history. Imagine being remembered in the history books more for being an ice cream expert than for your career as a professional athlete. As famous as Masahiko became for the food he ate, it's crazy to think that the first time Robert Lewandowski's wife fed him something, it turned him into one of football's greatest players. Everything changed for Lewandowski. He was just starting his football career, but the expectations were already sky high. Blame it on his parents, who were both star athletes in their prime. Coaches believed it was in his genes to achieve greatness. However, there was a major obstacle. Lewandowski was a frail and skinny 17-year-old with legs like twigs. Despite leading the Polish third division with 15 goals that year, Legia Warsaw saw him as a liability and let him go. Instead of giving up, Lewandowski used this setback as motivation to prove himself. From that moment on, he dedicated his life to leaving a lasting legacy in the history books. Lewandowski was determined to excel in his professional football career, so he meticulously planned every aspect of his life. From diet to training to sleep, he left no stone unturned. When he started scoring 20 goals per season in the big league, it was no coincidence. Then, in 2013, he met and married the perfect woman who happened to be a fitness expert, sleep specialist, and nutritionist. She introduced him to the best muscle recovery and performance enhancement techniques. She made it clear that if he wanted to be a legend, he had to give up certain indulgences like beer. Lewandowski revamped his diet, enjoying porridge for breakfast, vegetable spaghetti for lunch, and fresh fish or chicken for dinner. Occasionally, he indulged in snacks like pancakes, brownies, or matcha tea. Thanks to his disciplined diet, he not only had the best seasons of his career, but also transformed his physique. His teammates even nicknamed him the Body. It's safe to say we could all use someone like Lewandowski's wife in our lives. And now, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo's diet, which will make you rethink everything you know about food. Many people told him he was too skinny, so he worked hard to improve himself. Just imagine being one of those individuals who had doubts about Cristiano Ronaldo. Because maybe I'm just too good. I don't understand why you must feel foolish. But listen, my friend. During his teenage years and his time in Manchester, those doubters were proven wrong. He was just a skinny Portuguese kid. So, he needed to build up his physique. Ronaldo knew that in order to earn respect, or even become one of the greatest players of all time, it would take more than just skill. He had to be committed to the gym and maintain a strict diet. But come on, we all know Ronaldo. The man is like a machine. This was going to be a breeze for him. In 2009, when he joined Real Madrid, Ronaldo wanted to make the most of his prime years. So whenever he went to a restaurant, if his steak had even a gram of fat, he would almost confront the waiter. That's why Ronaldo made a decision. He hired his own personal chef and forced himself to eat the same plain meal 6 times a day. I'm talking about chicken, broccoli, and rice. Yeah, I know. It's like he might as well have been eating cardboard. Imagine having that every single day. But hey, that's exactly why, almost 2 decades later, it seems like he won't retire until he's at least 60. The guy has a body fat percentage of only 7%, which is 3% lower than the average football player. So yeah, the diet works. But listen, my friend, despite all this, Ronaldo is not actually a robot. He likes to have a little fun, because he wants his son, little Ronaldo Jr., to have a normal childhood. They occasionally indulge in cheat meals, and some of their favorites are movie nights with pizza and ice cream. But don't get it wrong. If Ronaldo allows himself to go that far, as soon as his son goes to bed, he pushes himself with extra ab workouts. Because, he is Ronaldo. How could he live with himself if he let one meal get the best of him? So hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.